Good morning students, welcome back to the 10th standard second language English classes. Dear student, today's class we are going to deal with the part 4th in the lesson Dr. R AMBEDKAR. My dear children, this is the fourth lesson which is prescribed for you, that is SSLC students or 10th classes. My dear students, in the part 3, we had discussed many important aspects about Dr. R AMBEDKAR. We came across a few important things, how Dr. R AMBEDKAR had a great knowledge in law and legislation, how he was chosen to the Bombay Assembly, how he was conducted his own debates in the assembly, and how he caused them to feel astonished to all the members of the assembly. And later this knowledge which he had on law legislature became the strong evidence to the whole nation in the upcoming days. Along with that, after he became the chairperson of a drafting committee, many other luminaries were also elected or nominated to this drafting committee by taking the help of all these. For examples, K.M. Munshi, Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer, and other luminaries were seen in the committee, all together gathered and collected some very important unique features of constitutions of various countries and incorporated to our constitution. So thus all of them prepared a statute book on the book of fundamental rights. And one is very important thing, that is, even though Dr. R AMBEDKAR had taken the help of other luminaries like Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer, Gopal Swamy Iyer, and K.M. Munshi, but it is considered that the only one pilot who took the whole responsibility of making of the constitution of the whole nation, he would be none other than Dr. R AMBEDKAR. By his knowledge, by his dedication and his perception made Dr. R AMBEDKAR to create the statute book or the constitution for the whole nation. And he was also guided by the very knowledgeable person, and he was advised by Dr. B. Rao to make this constitution matchlessly. He helped Dr. R AMBEDKAR to prepare this task matchlessly. See, these were the important things what we discussed in the last class, and I hope that you understood the class which we conducted earlier very well, and I also hope that you have completed the homeworks which I had given in the last class. Now let us go to the next paragraph. Come to the paragraph 6. Open the page number 17. Let me read first. Listen my reading carefully, children. 6th paragraph. Dr. AMBEDKAR had a clear perception of the mutuality of the three pillars of state, the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. He realized that the jurisdiction of each should be clear and untrammeled. At the same time, he had a sense of the importance of the role of citizens. The following observation he made is significant. The Constitution is a fundamental document. It is a document which defines the position and powers of the three organs of the state: the executive, the judiciary, and the legislature. It also defines the powers of the executive and the powers of the legislature as against the citizens, as we have done in our chapter dealing with fundamental rights. In fact, the purpose of a constitution is not merely to create the organs of the state, but to limit their authority. Because if no limitation was imposed upon the authority of the organs, there will be complete tyranny and complete oppression. Okay, I will stop here. I hope that you have chosen some new words, and also I hope that you have come across a pocket dictionary which I suggested. I have been suggesting you since when I started my classes. YouTube classes. I hope that you have come across the meaning, come across the dictionary and found the meanings of new words. Let us know. I have also made some new words and written at the blackboard. See here, perception. Dear student, what does it mean by perception? Perception means a ability to see, hear, and think. Listen once again. Perception means a ability to see, hear, and think about a particular subject. Got it? Dr. Pierre Ambedkar had a great perception on all the subjects, especially law and legislature. He had a clear concept about constitution or law making or social equality. Then jurisdiction. See, what is meant by jurisdiction? My dear, jurisdiction means karya vyapti or adhikara vyapti. See, the scope of power. The scope of power, we can say that. Or the premises. The power premises. We can say that the power premises. And then jurisdiction. Next thing is untrammeled. So what is meant by untrammeled? Nirbandha villada. Nirbandha villada. Trammeled means nirbandha. Untrammeled means nirbandha villada. There will be complete free. That is the meaning of untrammeled. And then imposed. Imposed means herida or pushed on something. Then tyranny. The bhalike. Tyranny means the bhalike. Means ruling in unkind way. Then sought means prayatnisidaru. Tried. Sought means prayatnisidaru. And then infused. Infused means prerita. What is that? Prerita. Then campaigns. Shibiragalu. What is that? Campaigns. Shibiragalu. Mohan. These will come later on. Mohan. Okay, let us come up to where tyranny. Now we are going to discuss up to the word tyranny. Let us see tyranny or oppression. Both are the meaning of both the words are same. That is the bhalike or rule in unkind way or rule in rude way. Come to the explanation part. Dr. Ambedkar had a clear perception. Dr. Ambedkar had a clear knowledge or clear ability to see, think and hear on a particular subject. My dear student, in the last class, when we were discussing about what is that? When we were discussing about third paragraph. When we were discussing about third paragraph, see, soon after he became a member of our legislative assembly and he was elected to Bombay legislature. When he became the member in the assembly, he conducted debates. He conducted debates in the assembly. See, just imagine No one can go to the debate without proper preparation. Got it? No one can go to the debate or any public speech without preparation. Here, Dr. B. Ambedkar, he was going to present a debate on social philosophy. What we came to know, the concept of social philosophy, what he had in his mind. See, according to Dr. B. Ambedkar, social philosophy was nothing but giving equality to all the people of society. That is called social philosophy. And he wanted to bring up the depressed classes in the society and make them to feel better, as equal as the upper classes. See here, when he had a great knowledge on fair and when he had a knowledge on law and legislature, he had a clear picture, clear perception, clear knowledge, ability to think, hear and act to the particular situation. Of the mutuality of the three pillars of the state. See, in what subject Dr. B. Ambedkar had a clear subject, means he had a clear concept on what we call for three organs of our government. Dear student, you have studied well in the 9th standard, that is Constitution. It just shows that there are three pillars in the government or three organs in the government. See, which are? Can you guess anyone? What are the three organs of the government? Yes, very good. Legislature, executive and judiciary. These are the three organs. Without these three organs, no institution can rule administration in the country or the state. These are the basic pillars of the government or the state. So let us glance once again what are the rules of these three organs. So what is the rule of the legislature? The rule of legislature is to prepare a law, to prepare laws to the country. And what is the rule of executive? The rule of executive is to make the laws into act. And then what is the rule of judiciary? The rule of judiciary is to protect the laws which are prepared by legislature. Got it? So these are the important organs of the government, and Dr. B. Ambedkar had a clear perception, clear knowledge on these three pillars. So that is why he called these three organs of the government as the three pillars of the whole state. See, without the pillars, no building can develop, isn't it? That is why these are the pillars of the government or the state. The legislature, executive and the judiciary. He realized that the jurisdiction of each should be clear and untrammeled. So what is that? Dr. B. Ambedkar realized, he came to know that the jurisdiction, what is meant by jurisdiction? Jurisdiction is Karya Vyapti, working area, the working premises. Dr. B. Ambedkar realized that the working area of all these three organs should be untrammeled or should be clear and should be freedom. Nirbandha, see here he says. Untrammeled means nirbandha villada. See, no organ should be treated as narrow-minded. No organ should be acted as narrow way. Every organ should be in a broad way according to Dr. B. Ambedkar. My dear pupil, you must know very important thing is that no organ should be limited. No organ should be what we call for that. Untrammeled. Should be very free. Jurisdiction of each should be clear and untrammeled. At the same time, meanwhile, in the same time, he had a sense of the importance of the role of citizens. At the same time, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, he asked all the citizens of the country what are the rules, what are their duties towards the nation. So in this way, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar had a great perception, great knowledge on all the three organs or the pillars, and the jurisdiction should be untrammeled. All the organs jurisdiction should be untrammeled. Then he also says that the sense of importance of the role of citizen. See, what are the importance of role of citizen? See, what is the role of citizen, my dear students? Generally, I am asking now, what are the rules of citizen in our country? See, as a citizen, what is your role? Yes, role means nothing but what we call for that, those are duties. Since we have got rights from our constitution, we should return our work as duties towards our nation or constitution. See, there are 11 duties. We should give respect to our national anthem. We should patronize our freedom fighters. We should protect our public property. And it is the right of our parents to give education for their children who have aged 6 to 16 or 4 to 16. So these are the many such in this way there are many duties. So these duties are considered as our role towards our constitution or our country. Got it? And then the next paragraph, the following observation he made is significant. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar had a great knowledge and he observed many important things, and these things are called a significant role of our constitution, what he made observation. See, following observations are: the constitution is a fundamental document. Yes, it is a fundamental document. ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಮೂಲಭೂತವಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಹೊತ್ತಿಗೆ, ಒಂದು ರಾಜ್ಯವನ್ನ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರವನ್ನ ಆಳ್ವಿಕೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹೊತ್ತಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So that is defined in English. Constitution, it is a document which will be helped to rule the state or the country. This is written, our constitution is a written document, and it is a fundamental document. If any organization is going to open, if you are going to open any kind of organization, you cannot run away from fundamental rules and regulations of our constitution. See, that is why Dr. B.R. Ambedkar says that it is a fundamental document which will always guide to rule state or country. It is a document which defines the position and powers of the three organs of the state. See, what we can see in this written document, what we can see in this fundamental document, according to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar defines that, my dear student, this written document defines about the rules and regulations of our constitution. Along with that, it also defines about the rules of our three organs. Rules of our three organs, and also it defines about the powers, function and position of three organs of the state. Yes, if we go through our constitution, our constitution is having many silent features. See, what are the many silent features? There is secularism, the point of secularism, the point of a socialist, the point of democracy, the point of parliamentary form of government, the point of a single citizenship, the point of our own foreign policy, the point of fundamental duties, the point of fundamental rights, and the point of directive principle of state policy, and the point of see, many things we can see as a silent feature in our constitution. So these silent features are derived from many constitutions of the world, many constitutions of the world, and incorporated. There are many important things. So these our constitution tells and defines and explains about position, function, and powers of our organs. What we earlier discussed, organs are like legislature, executive, and judiciary. The executive, the judiciary, and the legislature. It also defines the powers of the executive and the powers of legislature as against the citizen, as we have done in our chapter dealing with fundamental rights. Dear student, it also defines the powers of the executive and the powers of the legislature against the citizen. Dear student, we must underline this line. The constitution which we call as written document, it not only creates our organs of the government but also defines about the function of executive and legislature. My dear, it also defines the powers of the executive. Our constitution defines the powers of the executive. See, executive, who can be seen in this executive organ? See, some ministers and some officials can be seen as a member of executive organ. Our constitution defines the powers of our members and officers who are there in the executive. What is the role of executive? As I told, the role of executive is to make exhibit all these rules which are created by the legislature. And very important thing, it also says that the powers of the legislature. Our constitution also defines about the powers of the constitutions, powers of the legislature. See, the member of legislature, what are their power? What is the power of legislature? It is nothing but to prepare laws to the government. The executive role is to make the rules into truth. Okay. So it defines both of them. It defines the powers of executive and legislature. My dear, the member of executive are not freed. The member of executive are free to exhibit the laws, and whereas the member of our legislature are not freed to enter into the executive. Dear student, you must observe one thing. The member of legislature should not be entered into the jurisdiction of executive where the ministers and officers are working in the executive, yes, confidentially. See, what Ambedkar is going to tell us means each organ should be worked within their jurisdiction, and the members of each organ should not be entered into the jurisdiction where they do not belong in. So that is the point Ambedkar is going to tell us. It clearly says that in the constitution, the member of legislature should be work within their legislature, within their jurisdiction or within their power area, whereas the member of executive should be worked as the direction of the higher authority. So that is why Ambedkar says that citizen, legislature as against the citizen, as we have done in our chapter dealing with fundamental rights. See, as we have studied the fundamental rights in our constitution, as it says, our fundamental rights are right to equality, right to freedom, right to religion. So these are the other three are there. According to these fundamental rights, both of them or both the organs should be worked within their jurisdiction. So this is the things, these are the things where our constitution defines the power and functions of our executive and legislature. In fact, really, the purpose of a constitution is not merely to create the organs. The purpose of our constitution is not only creation of the organs of our government, but what next it does organs of the state, but to limit their authority. It imposes. Our constitution is very beautiful fundamental document, my dear students. You must know one thing, and it is clearly says that. See, what does it say? The main duty of our constitution is not only create the organs of the government, but also it puts some limitations. It puts some limitations on the organs of the government. See, what does it put limitation? Limit their authority, because why does our constitution put limit the authority of the organs? Because here is the reason. If no limitation was imposed, what is meant by imposed? Imposed means herida or push on it. According to our constitution, it says that if no limitation is imposed, is pushed, if no limitation is pushed on the particular organs or all the three organs, authority of the organs, there will be complete tyranny and complete oppression. My dear one, you must clearly understand. You must clearly understand about this concept. See, our constitution not only having the power to create the organs of the government or organs of the state, but also our constitution puts some limitations. It puts some limitation to the authority of the organs. So what limitation should be there? Why our constitution does like that? Because if no limitation is imposed, if no limitation is pushed on the organs, then what will happen? Yes, then illegally the member of legislature will have a lot of freedom to enter into the executive jurisdiction where they do not belong to. Then what will happen? The member of legislature will make the officers who are working in the executive to work in the favorable of a member of legislature. Then the work will not be completed properly. The works will not be completed properly, and according to Dr. B. R. Ambedkar, what he dreamed about social philosophy will not be reached, will not be completed, will not be generated. So only for this reason, if there is no limitation on these authorities, then there will be complete freedom to the members of executive, the members of legislative. They can enter each other organs. They enter to the other organs freely and interrupt to the social works. Then there will be complete quarrel, there will be complete tyranny, there will be unjust, there will be unruled, there will be unkind ruling way will be happen. That will be called as tyranny and oppression. What is meant by tyranny? ದಬ್ಬಾಳಿಕೆ. ಏನಾದರೂ ಶಾಸಕಾಂಗದಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯವ್ಯಾಪ್ತಿಯನ್ನ ಸೀಮಿತಗೊಳಿಸ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಶಾಸಕಾಂಗದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಶಾಸಕರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಾಂಗದ ಅಧಿಕಾರದ ವ್ಯಾಪ್ತಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂದಾಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿದ್ದೇ ಆದ ಪಕ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಸಮಾನತೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಕಾಣಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ದಬ್ಬಾಳಿಕೆ, ದುರ್ನಡತೆ, ಇಂತಹ ಒಂದು ದುರಾಡಳಿತವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಾತಾವರಣ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ Dr. B. R. Ambedkar says that if no limitation is imposed upon the authority of the organs, there will be complete tyranny and complete oppression. Oppression means the body, durability. Dear student, here are some questions. Here are some questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Share your responses. You should write the answers for all these 6 questions, and these six questions are today's homework. Let me read you the questions one by one. Draft is a banking term. How is the word used in the context of this lesson? Second one, Dr. Ambedkar was not in the Congress party, yet he was made the chairman of the drafting committee. Why? He raised it brick by brick. In this context, what was raised? Who were the other notable members of the drafting committee? Ambedkar had a rare gift. What were they? Can you think of your own gift? Share them with your class. Constitution is a fundamental document to both the rulers and the ruled. How? We should answer all these 6 questions once again. Okay, now? Now I hope that you understood today's class. And remaining things will be discussed in the next class. Study well, work hard. See, without work hard, there will be no any kind of shortcut route to reach our goal. Think about it. My dear student, now I am going to end today's session. Work hard, study well, and do your homework. And subscribe once again who have not yet subscribed on my channel. Thank you.